Hi everybody, I hope you're doing great today. Maria here. So today we are going to work on some more totally terrific tags, and I have some samples right here. These are the Tim Holtz Ranger tags. I had some in my stash that I wanted to use up. So you could see they've got this beautiful manila color, cream manila. I always call it manila. And on the top, I have some Mod Podge, some fabric on there. I have a ton of fabric, and so I thought, that gives a tag such just a wonderful feel and look. And so I thought, you know what? Let's cover a bunch of tags like that. And then I sewed around them, and I sewed around the hole. And I don't know if I'll keep sewing around the hole because it takes a bit of time for me, but I would definitely sew around the edges. And so these are ones I've done so far, and it's a great way to use up fabric scraps, or if you have a lot of fabric, just to use up your fabric. So I was looking online at Amazon and other places about what tags cost, and they were pretty pricey. And today, relatively speaking, not right, but for only $20, it was like $8. They had this 100 pack of 110 pound paper at Michael's, and they call it cream, and it was $16.99, and today had 30% off, so I paid a lot less for it, and it's 100 sheets, so I just cut them up. So you're gonna get, how I figured out the best way to cut it, they're 6 1/4 by 3 1/8. You'll get 3 per page, plus you'll get this piece out of it, which I'm also gonna use for tags, and you're gonna get this piece out of it, but I'm not gonna use that for anything special. I'll just keep it as scrap. And I forgot to punch my corners. I do have a corner punch. I got this guy, so let me go ahead and punch all my corners, and I'll be right back. Okay, my corners are all punched. We're not going to do the small ones together. I'm going to do those off camera because it'll take forever, and I don't know how many of these we'll do together because we'll just see how it goes. But I have piles of fabric. I just went through my scraps and my my bigger pieces, and saw what I might use in my journals and on other things, and made them approximate. And then what you need, so you need your tags. Also, just a side note, these tags have these hole reinforcers, if you can see them, on the back and the front. And they just feel like paper. So you could probably color, if you wanted to, ones like these the same color. These are just from Walmart. Or you could die cut. They have the paper, the manila paper, the same color in a 65 pound, so you could do that if you wanted. I'm not going to do that. I decided I wanted to do mine a little bit different, and I want to have it show on the front, and I probably will still do that on this, but I'm going to do it after, not before, because you can still see it through there, which is fine. That's great. So we'll see. But anyhow, then you're going to also need your Mod Podge. I'm using a mat. So for those of you who don't know what Mod Podge is, it's just a water-based sealer, glue, and finish, okay? You can get it in all kinds of different formats. You can get it in shiny, you can get it in glitter, you can get it in one that makes it look old age. You can get it in lots of ways. And I'm working on a mat that is, you can peel stuff off of. It's like a multimedia mat. Also on my glass mat under that, so nothing will get really ruined. And then when they're dry, you have to let them completely dry, which doesn't take all that long, a couple hours. You're just gonna cut around it. So let's just grab some of this. So have whatever fabric ready that you want to use, and I'm dripping glue as I'm saying that, like a silly person. So I don't want to get glue all over the place already. So I'm just cleaning that up. Sorry, I'm on the side here cleaning that up. Okay, so I like to just get glue on my tag, and you are probably going to get a little glue on the back of your tag too. So if that bugs you, you can cover that too. I don't like to do both. And then you're going to pick your fabric, and you're just going to line it up how you want so that you can cut off the parts you don't want on there. Okay, and then I like to go over it with my little tool here. And yeah, that's all you're going to do for that. And then if you see it having like that, has big pieces sticking out, go in there, get some more glue on there, okay? Because it dries fast. I'm getting some more Mod Podge, putting it on there and being generous, okay? And do that. And yes, the Mod Podge is going to come through. Now, one of the things I know about Mod Podge, or at least the luck that I've had, other glues don't like to stick to it so much. Fabri-Tac might. I'm going to try Fabri-Tac for when I'm decorating some of them. But these are something where I feel like you could decorate through the whole, like a bow or something, and then they could be great. Or you could staple things to it. So anyways, that's one. And I'm going to clean up probably a tiny bit in between each so that I don't get glue horribly all over the tags. You know what? Let me see. I don't have any wipes out here. That's okay. Be easier to reuse a wipe. So there we go. That's the first one. And it goes pretty quick once you have a streamline going. Have your tags ready and all that. Like I said, you can pre-buy tags. You can use tags any size, any color that you want. Just depends on what you're willing to see through the tag and all that kind of thing. I get most of my fabric now from that shop I told you guys about. That's a thrift store called Quilters for Community. So, love that place. They're amazing. They're sweet ladies. It's a charity shop. So all their proceeds go to their community charities and stuff like that. Now, if this isn't going to show, but if it did, I wouldn't care. It doesn't bother me. Okay, and then I'm just going to check my back and see. I'm not going to worry about that part right there because I'm going to sew. Okay, that one's good enough. If you have lumps and bumps you don't like, pull on them and then flatten them out. Okay, so there's 2 down. Okay, and you could store them upright or face down, whatever you like. Just know that you have potential to get glue on whatever surface that you are working on and whatever surface you're setting your tags on. Okay, so let's do another. Figure we could do about maybe 5 to 10 together, and then I could do the rest off camera and come back to you guys when we start some of the cutting process. And I think sometimes people don't understand how to use Mod Podge, correctly, but it's a wonderful product used the right way. Okay, and then let's get this tiger on. It doesn't matter if it gets extra on the, see, this one's going to show through a lot. And if you don't like how it shows through after, just don't use it. Yeah, when you use Mod Podge in the right way, it's just marvelous. Okay, and that's good. It looks like that's good everywhere. Okay. And the only reason I'm wiping up is so I don't get some on, as much as possible on the back. Because I don't like to cover the back if I can help it. And I didn't do too bad on these. There's a little bit, but not too much. Sorry, I need to be on screen, don't I? Okay, let's do another. So this fabric, I haven't tried it before with this fabric, but I'm going to try it today. This is that stuff they use for baby blankets. I forgot what it's called. It's really super soft. So that one's actually from Joann's. I do have like about a quarter of my fabric is still from Joann's, but you can go to the Quilters for Community and they have those bags, like a tote bag like you get from the supermarket to put your groceries in, and you pay $35 the first time and you can fill it to the max. Like, I mean, just fill it. And then they stamp it, and then the next time you come back, you can fill it for $25. So it's pretty amazing. All right, so just stretching it out, making sure I can get it as flat as I can. Fabric just feels so yummy, and paper's awesome, and I have thousands of sheets of paper, but I just feel like this gives it a different feel. And then also, if I don't want to decorate, like I said before, I feel like I don't have to do as much to it. See, I got a lot of glue on the back of this, on the side here. Let's get as much off of there as we can right now. And sometimes if you have to cover the back, you have to cover the back. Okay. All right, let's at least do one more. Ooh, I love this color here, this fabric I'm gonna do next. This one is green and it's fantastical. It's get this guy on. Sorry, my mat's moving around. It's you know, like a big old acetate sheet on, not acetate, but plastic on glass. And if you're not going to sew, then make sure extra much you get your corners and your edges. Love this color. Okay. All right, so we've got 5 done here. So I'm gonna go ahead and go off camera and do the rest on my own. And then I'll show you what my pile looks like of uncut tags before I move on. All right, you guys, I'll see you in a little bit. All right, here's our wonderful pile of covered tags. All right, and so we have our small and our large. So let me, that just be the small. Okay, here's our large, and you're gonna want yourself a fairly sharp pair of scissors. And I do have a pair of fabric ones, but I didn't want to use them with the glue also, so found a pair that I can use. So all you're going to want to do is, pardon, just go around the edges best you can. If you have a little extra, you know, you can try to shape it up, but it's up to you how you want the edges to look. Maybe you want some overhanging, maybe you don't. And maybe you want to try to use a rotary trimmer. It's up to you how you want to try, but this is how I do it. Okay, we'll just do a few together, not all of them, and then I'll do the rest off screen. This one was just fitting. I had actually pulled it for a small tag, but I thought, ooh, if I can fit that on a big one, that's gorgeous. And there we go. And there is some glue around the edges. It doesn't bother me unless it becomes a lot. And then there's that, and we will have to punch holes as well. But what I like to do is I like to glue on my circle or whatever I'm going to do first, my punch, however. And well, okay, let me back up. If I'm going to have a circle, I like to glue the circle and then punch. If I'm going to do like the business slot punch, that I do that. Okay, so then I wanted to show you another one. I messed up on this one when I was trying to rub off the glue, and I, you know, that's a little too much pulling off of the paper, so I'm going to go ahead and cut it. See, I did it, there's too much glue in the bottom too, but here, let me go ahead and cut it. Let's clean it up first. Okay. Then I'm going to go ahead and grab my rotary trimmer and try. I haven't had to do it before yet, but I haven't been doing these kinds of tags for very long, so we'll give it a go and see how it looks. So, you see sometimes you're going to cut into the tag. You just got to be careful of that. Just do the best you can. That's it. So let's move this stuff. Let's grab my Fiskars rotary trimmer. That's this guy right here. I know the whole thing won't fit on screen, but we'll get as much on there as possible. We'll take some off the bottom, get off that glue, and it'll just be a different size tag, you know. So we're going to cut through the paper fine. Let's see how much we get through the... Okay, so not bad on the fabric. It did cut some of the fabric, and we'll just grab our scissors and cut the rest of the way. Gently, there we go. So that's fine. And then we're going to do the same thing with the top. So I'm going to cut it to get all that glue off, which is right about where the arches start. Okay, same thing, mostly came off. And I'm gonna have to cut new corners. So I'm just gonna take that cutter and put it there. And then I'm just gonna recut the corners to match what was there. And there, my back is all cleaned up. It's a shorter tag, but it's still cute. Okay, so that's what, you know, you can fix almost anything. So let's do a couple more together. So this one was that other kind of fabric. It glued on really nice. I do have something there, some kind of glue. No big deal. We're gonna cut that. I'm getting this camera better. Got a little bit of glue on the back of this. Again, try to wipe it as much as you can right when it's wet, and that's when it will come off the best. You can also try to erase it, or one of those gum things that most people have. I don't have one of those. I should have one of those. Okay. All right, that's pretty good. All right, so you guys see, and if it threads, like if it, you know, pulls threads a little bit, I think all the more better for some kinds of projects. So let's just do one or two more together. All right. Okay. There we go. This has some glue down the middle. I might take a, I don't know if you guys can see, it's just a little bit, but I might take a nail file, non-used nail file, and just try to scrape some of that glue out. Okay. And I'm not a perfectionist, so I don't mind little bits of things here and there. It just doesn't bother me. All right, we'll do this last one together, and then I will go off screen. I will finish cutting them, and then I will show you guys what my next step will be. That one's a little bit off. Okay. All right. See, this fabric's a little bit thinner, so it's getting away from me a wee bit, but you just go back and shape it up where you want, or leave it, your call. Okay, I'm good with that, and that's a very pretty tag. Sorry if I'm off screen, I keep leaning. Anyhow, so this is what we have so far, and I'm gonna go ahead and cut the rest, and then I'll be back to show you what's next. Okay, all my tags have been cut. Here's my little guys, here's the bigger guys, and I have all these different colored circles. You know, they're just the, what do they call them? Hole reinforcers. And I just use different inks, all these lovely colors, and I'm gonna go ahead and start matching what I think goes. If all else fails, you guys just go with a neutral color that you feel fits. Let's do a couple together. So here's this one. I do have like a bright yellow, I think, in here. Maybe not. Try to stay more on camera this time. So like I have a bright yellow, and that does go. I have the manila color-ish. That's as close as I can get. I think I'm just gonna go with that, and I'm not gonna do the back and the front. I'm just gonna do the front. I don't think the back needs it. I'm using Fabri-Tac because I had Mod Podged the tags on, and I'm concerned that potentially potentially any other glue wouldn't stick except another Mod Podge. So then once you do that, you can glue that on first, then you can grab your hole punch, and let's see how this goes. Because we are going through fabric, I might have to use my We Are memory keepers. Oh yeah, yeah, I'm not strong enough to do it with that one. Let's try the We Are memory keepers one. That should work. Oh yeah, no problem with that one. Right on through, you have some little strings. If you don't like it, cut them up, and there's that one, okay? And you know what, that does have a, an extra cut on the back because of what I did, so I am gonna put something on the back because of that. That's on me because I double punched. So I'm just gonna go right around the hole and do that and make it look neater. There we go. And actually it does look good back and front. That'll take a lot of hole reinforcers, but it'll be what it'll be. So let's do one more or two more or whatever. Let's find a different color. Let's do this one. So could do something like that. That's nice. also something darker could be nice. I think I'm gonna go with the darker one. And I'm gonna go ahead. You know what I am gonna, what am I gonna do? I'll go ahead and just give a little circle where I think it should go. And I'm gonna clean up my glue. And I'm gonna punch. This is just my way. You guys do whatever way floats your boat or suits you. And then I'm gonna go ahead and do the back too, since it looks so nice on the other one. Oh, this glue's coming out in loads. Way too much. I think I gotta wipe the top of the glue. But to color it, I used anything from Distress Oxides to regular Distress to, I have some Simon Says Stamp inks. So use anything you have. There's another one. Okay. Let's see, what's a different color we might have? This one, let's do this one. So we'll use this. Let me wipe off the top a little bit. You can buy a finer tip top for the Sugar Bell bottles. Okay, that wasn't too bad. Oop, I got some of the actual paper towel in there. Okay, oh. Let me grab something to poke this out. It's funny how much better this We Are is better than punches than the regular one. Okay, that's sticking just a little bit. It's got a little extra fur on it, so just do that. And you will likely feed something through the hole. Let's just give it one more little punch. Great. Okay, and let's put something on the back. Oh, I made that too big, but it is what it is, like I always say. Oop. Okay. I have arthritis in my right arm and shoulder and hand, so I tend to make mistakes, but I've had one epidural. I'm going back for another one in a couple of weeks, so that's exciting. All right, so there's this cute one. I'm just gonna try to get a little bit more here. I'm just being a little bit neurotic, but there we go. And then, ooh, maybe I can do one of the purple ones. Let's do this guy. Isn't that a pretty tag? I have a journal that I'm thinking of for putting this in. Ooh, that's way too drippy. Way too drippy. All right, let's think right about here. And normally I would use something with a much smaller spout, but because I'm using the Fabri-Tac, this is what I got. Okay. I'm gonna get a new paper towel and let that one dry up. All right. Oh, did I do it? Yeah, okay, sorry. I lost track if I did that on the back and the front. I think purple's a very pretty color. It's not my favorite color in the world, but I think it's very pretty color. Very pretty. I just like colors in general. I think they're gorgeous. Okay. I could probably almost take a Q-tip and dip it in some Fabri-Tac and put it around, because these are already sticky, but you know, they don't stay sticky. Very pretty and colorful. Okay, and one more. Let's do one. Oh, let's do this guy. Let's do this guy. So this is a dark green. We could do a few things. We could do this color here. We could do that color. We could do the dark brown. I'm gonna go with the green. This is Evergreen, I think it's called, and that is an oxide ink. And I kind of like doing it yourself because you get some of the fading, and it's kind of fun that way. Okay. And we're gonna give it a punch. Okay, oh, that one punched nice. Okay, and we'll go ahead and do the back. Like I'm barely squeezing, which is nice. Okay, do that. All right, so that is those. I don't think I'm gonna go around the this part like I did on these. I may go back with hole reinforcers where there's room on these. And I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest, including the small ones. And then the next step is to sew. So I'm not gonna sew on camera with you guys because that's just too time consuming. Also, I'll go ahead and finish the hole reinforcers and then I'll sew. And then I'll come back on to decorate with you guys. All right, thank you guys for watching. I'll be back.